Coulter family is a big part of the community, and that is why they make sure they are giving back to the community. Joining me, fresh off amazing golf fundraiser, is Coulter INFINITI of Mesa's General Manager, Henry Rivero. How are you, Henry?
Good. Good to see you again, Brad.
Good to see you too. You know, I mentioned in my my tease about helping the children of Mali, and that is what went on this past weekend. Very quickly with the big golf tournament you guys did with
Come for Bears and Catastrophe. Mimi Heimel, as you met before, she did a tremendous job. It was a great turnout. Again, I can't stress enough, just an amazing organization, and just what she's doing for the kids.
Yeah, and we actually had her on before that event, and actually with our big Drive for Us, we're going to learn a little bit more about her too when we go driving. But we're also going to learn about your maintenance area, which is so important here. And we were talking that more people are holding on to their cars, so maintenance is very important. And you guys have an amazing program there, an amazing area, don't you?
We do. If you remember, it's air conditioned for the guys. You know, it's such a hard industry on their. It's really tough on the bodies, and anything that I can do for them to help them make it easier, it's a win-win for all of us, for sure.
And I guess we need to make sure people get a little background of you, Henry, because that's where you kind of started. You knew about being in those areas, working on people's cars, and how important they are to people, because that's what they get their families around. They get to work, they get to the hospitals, they do stuff, and that's why that area is so important to your dealership.
Absolutely, and not only that, Brad, but you know, the amount of time that these guys invest in training, the amount of money that they invest in tools, and it's their own money. Obviously, it's their, that's how they, you know, obviously fix vehicles, but it's just crazy how involved these cars can be, and so intricate, and the electrical, and you know, I have a huge part of my heart for them, for sure.
Yeah, for in there. You said something that's very important there, and that is about the training. And that's what you make sure at Coulter INFINITI Mesa, that your guys are trained on the different type of Infiniti, especially the new ones that we're seeing, and some of the old ones. And that's kind of what you're looking for when it goes to hiring someone there, is their flexibility and, of course, their knowledge too, which you help them get.
For sure. So part of the curriculum that I put together for them is I lay out the path, not only for training, but as they grow as technicians. And Infiniti has classes all the time that we have to send them to, just to make sure that we're up to speed on what we're working on.
Yeah.
And again, the tremendous time and effort that they put into a car, especially nowadays with all the electronics, it's truly amazing. These guys do a phenomenal job, and to have the latest equipment in the shop, the latest diagnostic tools, and it's a big investment. But again, your vehicle is your second biggest investment, so we want to make sure that it's in good running shape, that it's safe. That's our main goal, really, that it's safe.
Yeah. I love also too, Henry, that you and the Coulter family are changing the way people are buying cars now, because some people go online, so when they come into a dealership, it's not a rush to sell. It's very interesting. Whenever I'm out there, you know, doing our drive with us, I'm seeing these, of course, sales team being the person's friend first. Want to sit down and talk with them, know about them a little bit before they go try to sell them a car. And that's something that you want to instill there at the Coulter INFINITI of Mesa, is that we're family, we're the community. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. It's all about, in my opinion, it's all about educating the customer, learning what they want. You know, what are you going to use your vehicle for? And really getting deep into the roots on, what do you need this vehicle for? Is it just for luxury? Are you towing? Are you, do you have a lot of kids? Is it a lot of sports? What is it that you truly want out of a vehicle? And then with that education that we get from the customer, then we can direct them to the right vehicle as well.
Yeah. What's very also awesome too, as I get to know Henry more, is that Infiniti's making a big comeback with older and younger people bridging together the technology and the way the cars are looking, the way they're smoothing, and that is what's really cool with this Drive With Us, that I get to get out there and try these different cars. And the one we have coming up, you talk about towing, and I can't wait to show this one off, because I am a camper. I look for my RV, and you said this new one that I got to drive is going to be pretty neat when people hear all the different features in it. Am I right?
Absolutely. The QX80, as you know, 8,500 pounds it tows, and again, you're getting to see and feel and touch all the technology that Infiniti has, and they come a long way. Vehicles today are just so different.
Yeah. And this is the thing, I thought I was special, and I was like, oh, cool, I get to drive, this is awesome. And you're like, Brad, no, actually, anyone who wants to come in and give a test drive can do that. And I was like, oh, okay. And so, but that's what it's about. Come on in, give a try. And that's why we do this Drive for Us, Drive with us. And that's also, too, why you're here to say, listen, Infiniti's back. Coulter family wants you to come in because it's a big family. The Mesa store is amazing, am I right?
Absolutely. First of all, you are special.
No, thank you.
So, but yes, anybody can come down. And like I said before, you don't have to come down buy a car from us. Just come have a cup of coffee, have some water, have a Coke. Come meet the team.
Yeah.
That really makes it happen.
I like it. It is Henry, GM of the Coulter INFINITI Mesa. Great location right there. You can go. And again, we have our big Drive with us. So you got to see it this week of what I'm driving. It's going to look good.
It's going to look awesome.
It is. I like it. I know.
Yeah.
I think I might have to buy it too. Arch. Don't say anything. All right. Henry, thanks for it.
Thanks again, Brad.
All right.